We've all explored Kanto in the games, but the anime features legendary locations that never appeared on a console. Kanto has so many of these hidden gems that we've selected 10 exclusive spots for this video, focusing purely on the anime's version of the original region. If you love deep Pokemon lore, subscribe and hit the bell. Let's head off the map. Our first stop is Porto Vista, a location that is actually much more complex than it sounds. In the English dub, Porto Vista is used to describe a massive coastal area that actually combines two distinct Japanese towns, Acapulco and Hideway. This happened because of the complicated history behind the episode Beauty and the Beach, which was famously skipped and then aired much later. Let's start with the Acapulco side. This is a vibrant, sunny tourist destination inspired by the real-life city in Mexico. It's a place of high-end resorts and competitive beach vibes. You might remember Ash and his friends having to work at a restaurant owned by a man named Mo to pay off their boat debts. They found themselves in a bitter rivalry with Brutella, a greedy restaurant owner who would do anything to put Mo out of business. This town was also the stage for one of the anime's most legendary events, a massive beauty contest that involved almost the entire cast. Then we have Hideway, which is where things get truly chaotic. This town is home to Brutella's cousin, Naztina, a woman with a vision that was as grand as it was destructive. She wanted to build a luxury hotel right in the middle of the ocean, completely ignoring the local tentacle population. This led to a full-scale environmental disaster where a giant, skyscraper-sized tentacle rose from the sea and began leveling the city. It was a massive scale of destruction that the game simply never attempted. Amidst all the rubble, this is also where Misty met and caught her Horsia. Porto Vista stands out because it feels like a real, breathing metropolitan coast with its own local politics and massive-scale conflicts. While the Kanto games give us small, quiet seaside routes, the anime gave us a sprawling urban landscape filled with giant monsters and intense human drama. Next, we move to a location that fans of the games might recognize by name, but certainly not by its appearance, Bill's Lighthouse. In the Red and Blue games, Bill lives in a modest sea cottage at the end of a cape. But in the anime, this humble home is replaced by a massive, towering lighthouse that serves as a beacon for one of the greatest mysteries in the entire series. Ash and his friends arrived here almost by accident after Ash caught his Krabby on a nearby beach. When the Pokeball vanished, they headed for the lighthouse to use the phone and contact Professor Oak. Inside, they met Bill, who wasn't just a teleporter expert, but a researcher obsessed with the vast, undiscovered secrets of the Pokemon world. This lighthouse isn't just a house. It's a high-tech observation deck for something truly legendary. Bill had been tracking a mysterious, colossal Pokemon that wandered through the fog, singing a haunting, lonely song. On a dark, misty night, the creature finally approached the shore, revealing itself as a giant Dragonite, a Pokemon of a scale never before seen in the franchise. The moment was cut short when Team Rocket tried to attack the Titan, scaring it back into the depths of the ocean. While the lighthouse itself is a beautiful landmark, it represents a sense of wonder and mystery that the early games simply couldn't capture. In the anime, Bill's Lighthouse wasn't just a place to get a boat ticket. It was the gateway to one of Kanto's biggest unsolved legends. Our third location takes us to a place where the dream of becoming a Pokemon master turns into a gritty urban nightmare, Dark City. Found between the Safari Zone and Cinnabar Island, this isn't your typical friendly Kanto town. In fact, it is a war zone. The city is caught in the middle of a brutal turf war between two rival unofficial gyms, the Yas Gym and the Kaz Gym. Instead of focusing on growth and sportsmanship, these two factions use their Pokemon, specifically Scyther and Electabuzz, as tools for gang violence and street fighting. They don't care about the bond between trainer and Pokemon. They only care about wealth, glory, and intimidating anyone who crosses their path. The constant conflict has left the city in total disrepair, to the point where the local residents have grown to despise and fear Pokemon trainers. It is one of the few times in the series where we see the dark side of what happens when humans use Pokemon for raw power and greed. The situation only changed when a secret agent from the Pokemon Inspection Agency, determined that neither gym was worthy of official status. This forced the rivals to finally stop their street fighting and work together to reconstruct the city they nearly destroyed. Dark City serves as a stark reminder that the world of the anime is often much more dangerous and politically complex than the games ever let on. Between Cerulean City and Vermilion City lies a place the games completely skipped over: the Hidden Village. While players in the game simply walked down Route 5 and 6, Ash and his friends discovered a secret sanctuary hidden deep within the forest. This village is a safe haven run by a girl named Melanie. It serves a very specific purpose. It is a home for Pokémon that have been abandoned or mistreated by their original trainers. It is essentially a Pokémon sanctuary where they can recover and regain their trust in humans until they are ready to return to the wild. The most famous resident of the Hidden Village was, of course, Ash's Bulbasaur. In the Pokémon Yellow game, you can receive a Bulbasaur from a girl in a house, but the anime gave this encounter a much more heroic backstory. This Bulbasaur wasn't just a resident, it was the village's self-appointed guardian, fiercely protecting the weaker Pokémon from any outsiders. After Ash proved his heart by helping save the sanctuary from a Team Rocket raid, Melanie realized that Bulbasaur's overprotective nature was actually preventing the other Pokémon from wanting to leave and grow. She asked Ash to take Bulbasaur with him so it could see the world and become even stronger. The Hidden Village is a beautiful, emotional piece of Kanto lore that added a layer of compassion to the world that we just didn't get to see in the original Game Boy titles. Next, we head to one of the most atmospheric and gloomy places in the entire Kanto region, Greeny City. Located between Celadon and Fuchsia City, this town represents a side of the Pokémon world that the games rarely show: the cost of rapid industrialization. According to the anime, Greeny City was once a thriving hub of activity. However, after overexpanding its factories and power plants, the city fell into decay. The air became thick with smog, the sea nearby was heavily polluted, and most of the residents eventually abandoned the town, leaving it looking like a ghost city. When Ash and his friends arrived, the atmosphere was tense. Even the local nurse Joy was unusually grumpy and stressed, dealing with a power outage that had crippled the Pokémon Center. The cause? A massive infestation of Grimer that had clogged the water tunnels of the city's hydroelectric plant. This location is iconic for two reasons. First, it showed us how Pokémon like Grimer and Mook thrive in human-made filth, transforming a city's infrastructure into their own habitat. Second, this is where Ash captured one of his most famous Kanto teammates, Mook. After a chaotic battle involving Magnemite and Magneton, Ash managed to catch the leader of the Grimer mob. Interestingly, Greeny City is one of the few anime locations that actually influenced the games. While the city itself isn't in the Game Boy titles, Pokémon Yellow added Grimer and Mook to the Kanto power plant as a direct nod to this specific anime episode. It's a dark, gritty piece of lore that reminds us the Pokémon world isn't always sunshine and rainbows. Our sixth stop takes us deep into the heart of Kanto, to a massive geological wonder called Grandpa Canyon. Located near Neon Town, this place is the anime's answer to the fossil hunting mechanics we see in the games, but with much higher stakes. In the original Game Boy titles, finding a fossil is a simple task inside MT Moon. But in the anime, Grandpa Canyon was the site of a literal fossil rush, where trainers, including Ash's rival Gary, were frantically digging for ancient treasures. The piece was shattered when Team Rocket attempted to use dynamite to blow the canyon open, accidentally sending Ash and Pikachu tumbling into a hidden, subterranean cavern that had been sealed off for millions of years. What they found inside wasn't just fossils, it was a living prehistoric world. Ash came face to face with ancient Pokémon like Omanite, Kabutops, and a very aggressive Aerodactyl that had been slumbering deep underground. This location provided the backdrop for one of the most iconic moments in the entire series: Ash's Charmeleon evolving into Charizard just to engage in a high-stakes aerial battle with Aerodactyl. Beyond the dinosaur sightings, Grandpa Canyon changed the franchise forever. It was here that Ash found a mysterious speckled egg. That egg would eventually hatch into Togepi, giving fans their first ever glimpse of a Gen 2 Pokemon years before the Johto region was officially revealed. Because the site was so sensitive, all research was eventually shut down to protect the prehistoric inhabitants, leaving Grandpa Canyon as a legendary, untouched sanctuary in the anime's lore. For our 7th location, we head to a place that essentially breaks the rules of Pokemon evolution as we know them, the Leaf Forest. Tucked away between the Safari Zone and Cinnabar Island, this lush woodland was the setting for one of the most chaotic episodes of the original series, the March of the Executor Squad. What makes the Leaf Forest truly unique is its atmosphere. In the games, if you want to evolve a Pokemon like Execute or Gloom, you need to find a rare leaf stone and use it manually. But here, the forest itself acts as a massive, natural evolution stone. The radiation or energy in the air is so concentrated that certain grass-type Pokemon can evolve spontaneously without any warning or trainer intervention. This led to a massive ecological problem, a stampede of hundreds of Executor. Because the forest is such a powerful catalyst for evolution, the population of these giant, three-headed palm trees exploded, creating a psychic power disaster that Ash and his friends had to stop. While the games treat evolution stones as rare, consumable items, the Leaf Forest shows us that the Pokemon world has natural hot spots where the environment itself dictates how Pokemon grow. It's a fascinating concept that makes the world of Kanto feel much more alive and unpredictable than the static routes of the Game Boy era. Our 8th location is arguably the most haunting and emotional spot in all of Kanto, Maiden's Peak. Situated near Saffron City, this place offers a type of ghost story that goes far beyond what we saw in the Pokemon Tower. The legend of Maiden's Peak dates back 2,000 years to a time of war. It tells the story of a young woman who waited on this very cliff for her lover to return from the battlefield. She waited so long that her body eventually turned to stone, becoming a permanent part of the cliffside itself. This petrified monument still stands today as a symbol of eternal, yet tragic, loyalty. But the mystery doesn't end with the statue. During the annual summer festival, the area is haunted by a remarkably clever, talking Ghastly. This Ghastly isn't just a prankster. It acts as a guardian of the legend, using its illusions to manifest the Maiden's spirit and keep her story alive for new generations. The festival concludes with a beautiful but somber tradition, releasing paper lanterns into the ocean to help lost spirits find their way home. While the games give us plenty of ghosts to battle, Maiden's Peak gave us a glimpse into the ancient history and human folklore of the Pokemon world, proving that Kanto has secrets that are thousands of years old. Our 9th location takes us right into the backyard of where Ash's journey began. Just outside of Pallet Town lies Mount Hideway, a rugged, treacherous mountain that you will never find on any in-game map. While most of the early routes in Kanto are filled with common Pokemon like Pidgey and Rattata, Mount Hideway holds a terrifying geological secret. The soil in this specific area contains a unique set of minerals that causes the local onyx population to grow to gigantic, unnatural proportions. These aren't the standard rock snakes you fight in Pewter City. These are towering behemoths that dominate the landscape. Because of its extreme conditions, the mountain serves as the personal training ground for Bruno, the fighting-type master of the Kanto Elite Four. Ash and Brock ventured here specifically to find him, hoping to learn the secrets of his strength before the Indigo Plateau Conference. It was here that they witnessed Bruno capturing one of these giant onyx without even using a Pokeball right away, proving his mastery through sheer physical prowess and respect for the creature. Mount Hideway is a perfect example of how the anime expanded on the idea of regional variance and environmental effects long before the games made it an official mechanic. It shows that even the familiar areas around Pallet Town hold colossal, hidden dangers. Our final stop is the city that never sleeps, a place that feels more like a Pokemon version of Las Vegas than anything you'd find on a Game Boy cartridge, Neon Town. Tucked between the Safari Zone and Cinnabar Island, this city is defined by its blinding lights, constant noise, and most notably, its incredibly rude population. Because Neon Town is active 24 hours a day, the residents are perpetually sleep-deprived and on edge. When Ash and his friends arrived, they were immediately met with hostility. Even the local officer, Jenny, was unusually aggressive, reprimanding the kids for simply being in the way. It's one of the few places in Kanto where the social atmosphere is genuinely tense and unpleasant due to the high-tech, high-stress lifestyle of its citizens. However, Neon Town is iconic for being the birthplace of one of the anime's most legendary running gags, the singing Jigglypuff. Ash and his friends discovered a Jigglypuff that had lost its voice, and after helping it recover, they realized the sleepy Pokemon was the perfect cure for the city's anger. When Jigglypuff finally sang its lullaby, the entire city, a place that prided itself on never resting, was knocked out cold. The next morning, the residents woke up refreshed and completely changed, finally displaying the kindness and patience they had lost. Neon Town is a colorful, chaotic reminder that even in the world of Pokemon, everyone needs a break from the grind, offering a bit of social commentary that the game simply didn't explore. That's our journey through the hidden corners of Kanto. It's incredible how much lore exists outside of the games. If you enjoyed this trip down memory lane, hit the like button and subscribe for more Pokemon secrets. But I want to hear from you. Do you want to see more videos like this for other regions like Johto or Hoenn? Let us know in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.